Do you have to relearn the spring warbler songs every year? Here's a refresher for learning or relearning the West Coast warbler songs. Along with the photos of the bird, I'll show breeding habitat and a range map. Remember, warblers sing in migration, so you may find singing birds in spring away from summer breeding habitat. I would be remiss if I didn't point you to the free Merlin app that identifies bird songs and calls on your smartphone. It is especially good at identifying warbler songs. The first two warbler songs we are going to learn are of birds found in marshes and willow-lined streams. Common yellowthroats breed along the entire west coast. They breed in wetlands, marshes, woodland edges, wet tangles, and ditches. They crawl and hop, skulking around in low vegetation, cattails, and blackberry tangles. They generally stay below 5 feet or even on the ground. Common yellowthroats sing a loud, measured witchity, witchity, witchity. Listen also for their loud chep call. Some individuals winter in coastal Southern California. The first spring migrants arrive in western Oregon and Washington about April 1st. Yellow warblers breed throughout the west coast. In Southern California, they are more restricted to the immediate coast. They breed in wetlands, especially streamside willows and cottonwoods. They tend to flit actively around the entire height of the willows or medium-height trees from low to tree tip, sometimes sallying out for flying insects. Yellow warblers sing a high, rapid CCC tittywee. In spring, they first enter Southern California in early April. They reach Washington state by late April. Next come two warblers that sing trills, like juncos or chipping sparrows. These warblers forage low in damp willows and understory thickets in deciduous or mixed woods. Orange-crowned warblers breed throughout the west. They breed in brushy, deciduous woods and streamside thickets. They forage actively, low in the understory or brush and amid the leaves on lower branches of trees. Orange-crowned warblers give a weak but hurried, jungle-like trill, rising slightly in the middle and dropping in power and pitch at the end. Some individuals winter in California. They are one of the first spring migrants, arriving in March. Wilson's warblers are one of the most common warblers along the west coast, west of the Cascades and Sierra Nevada mountains. They breed in brushy, damp habitats, willow thickets, and alders, often near water. They especially like the regrowing forests after clearcuts in the Oregon and Washington Coast Range. These birds forage very actively in low bushes and saplings, to 15 feet, in the interior of small deciduous trees. Sometimes they sally out to chase flying insects. They hover at the end of branches to glean insects. Wilson's warblers give a strong, sharp trill, dropping in pitch slightly for the final notes. Chee-chee-chee-chee-chee-chee, chet-chet. Also, listen for their single chet call note that reminds me of the chet-chet of Pacific wren. Wilson's warblers enter Southern California in mid-March. They reach western Washington state in mid to late April. Next are two warblers found in drier, brushy habitats where they forage low to the ground. They give two-part songs introduced with 3 sweet notes. MacGillivray's warblers breed along the west coast, south to central California in low mountain foothills. They are found in dense, brushy, open forest edges in mixed conifers. They are fond of regenerating clearcuts and power line right-of-ways. They usually forage low, including on the ground. MacGillivray's warblers sing a whistled sweet, 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 sugar, sugar, or too sweet, too sweet, too sweet, sugar, sugar. MacGillivray's warblers migrate into Southern California in early April. They reach western Washington in late April. In the west, Nashville warblers breed from northern California to southern Canada. They are found in open mixed forests with a heavy shrub layer and regenerating clearcuts. They like drier pine forests in mountains of the west. They forage low and actively, often in the outer tips of low tree branches. Nashville warblers sing a song with sweet, doubled introductory notes and a thin trill. Seebit, 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 ti-ti-ti-ti-ti. Some individuals winter in Southern California. Migration begins in Southern California in early April. Birds reach Washington State by late April. The next four species sing very similar, fast, complicated, and high-pitched songs. They forage high in the treetops. They tend to like slightly different habitats and elevations. I present them from low elevation to high elevation. Black-throated gray warblers breed throughout the West. They are found in oak woodlands and juniper woodlands. They are found in mixed forests of maple and Douglas fir at the edge of low, inland, open country. They forage slowly at moderate heights from 8 to 30 feet up. They often forage on thicker branches rather than branch tips. Black-throated gray warblers sing a fast, wheezy zeedle, 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 zeet-chee. They give a high chit call. They enter California in late March. They reach Washington State in mid-April. Hermit warblers are found from the southern Washington Cascades to the coast and south to northern California. Here they are restricted to the immediate coastline and the high Sierra Nevada mountains. These birds like dense, mature conifer forests in the temperate rainforests of the Pacific Northwest. Also, mixed conifer mountains in the Sierra Nevadas. They forage methodically in the highest part of the tree, from 40 feet to the tops of 200 to 300 foot tall redwoods, hemlocks, and Douglas firs. Hermit warblers sing several songs, very much like Townsend's warblers, with which they sometimes hybridize. A common song is a high-pitched, rapid cedar, 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 zeet, zeet. Listen to their broken to-sit call. A later migrant, these birds enter Southern California in early April and reach southwest Washington State in May. Yellow-rumped warblers are abundant breeding birds throughout the West. In summer, the Audubon's form breeds in high mountains in openings in lodgepole pine and spruce forests. They forage in flocks in the middle and lower levels of trees. They often perch in the open. They engage in both active fly-catching and sedentary gleaning. Audubon's warblers sing a rapid trill, rising or falling at the end. Swee, 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 seer, seer. They have a chip call note, softer than the check call of myrtle warblers. The myrtle form of yellow-rumped warblers migrate throughout the West to breed in Alaska and northern Canada. Myrtle warblers sing during migration a rapid song made of two distinct trills. Weavy, 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 swit, swit, swit. Yellow-rumped warblers, mostly the Audubon's form, winter in lowland towns and juniper woodlands throughout the West. They become abundant in eucalyptus and other trees southward from central California. Northward migration starts in mid-March and is inescapable by early April. Townsend's warblers breed in high mountains from northern Oregon northward. They are found primarily in mature mixed coniferous forests. They forage in the treetop canopy. They are active and acrobatic, hanging on to the tips of needles, hopping and hovering. Townsend's warblers sing a high-pitched zeer, 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 swee, swee. They give a high, thin tsit call. Many Townsend's warblers spend winters along the coast from Washington south. They also winter in planted pines in residential areas of lowland towns throughout the West. Because of this, it is hard to determine when migration starts, but there is a big push of migrant birds in early April. Click on this video to listen to 28 common backyard bird songs in the northwestern United States.